Hello my fellow whale watchers, in my last War About SpaceX tutorial I mentioned the role of the supporter in your hangar. In this video I want to present the 5 support builds that I find very powerful, even though they are not widely used among top players at the moment. No wonder, as top players these days actually just run Cudgel Capris or Scatter Capris. No need to run anything else. The first build that I start here with is the Leech with Havocs, which is a short range damage supporter. Its weakness is its low health, but it has a great ability that acts a bit like an endurance and that makes it very resistant against attacks. I run the Leech with 3 Havocs and an ECU shield, simply because I don't have a 4th one, but also with Rastors or Maces the Leech is still surprisingly strong. It's just that nobody runs it anymore because there is the Capri. The second build is the Typhon. It is a great and versatile bot with a very useful ability. It's just that it is not as effective anymore because of all these shields popping up all the time. So you need to exercise the right moment for using the ability a bit. I run my build as mid-range damage support dealer with 4 Rastors. Other strong builds are with Maces, with Scorchers or also with Havocs. You can also run a Luchador as mid-range support damage dealer, although it is usually used as a tank with 2 Cinders and a Grom. But the blinding weapons have quite high DPS, so it is also not without a chance in brawls in this setup. The great thing if you run the Luchador as support damage dealer is its huge amount of health. So if you play it conservatively, it is basically a strong sniper that won't die. But with its ability you always have the option of jumping right into the next brawl. I will also do this here in order to provide some pressure on our opponents. The next build that I want to showcase is the Airbus with Punchers. Next to Prismas and the Case, this is the strongest setup for the Airbus at the moment. You can stay out of range most of the time, but if an opponent gets closer, the Punchers also provide reasonable short range DPS. In the highest leagues I would not use the Airbus in beacon games these days, but rather the Behemoth that is a bit more tanky. Nonetheless, it is a great support bot if you run the right secondary gear, and if you manage to avoid orbital strikes. The final build that I want to show here is one of the best support builds in the game right now, the Cremona Capri. These days, however, almost all top players run it with scatters or cudgels. But the advantage of the Cremona Capri is that it can basically stay alive forever if you keep it at some distance, and provide reasonable DPS from mid-range for your team, while heating it up at the same time. This makes this build exceptionally valuable, especially if you bring it a bit later in the game and you use it as a Titan supporter. So that concludes my showcase of some support builds that I also run from time to time, for example when certain event tasks are on. Thanks a lot for watching and see you on my channel.